It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we are at venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. This was the scene a moment ago as the Bears emerged from their tunnel. Ready for football are they, and ready for football are we, as the Bears get set to match up with the Los Angeles Rams. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. Here's the first carry now for Todd Gurley. And he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Goff going to hand it to Gurley. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. Danny Trevathan there to bring him down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11.
58, come on. 58, come on.
Out of the gun, gone. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And they will score a pick six for a Bears touchdown. It was 3rd down. Defensively, they were just hoping to make a play and get off the field, get their offense on. Instead, they did one better. Pick it off, take it into the end zone.
Well, they did what you said. They got off the field.
They're going to have to come right back on.
They're going to come right back on, but happily, right? They put the ball in the end zone. That's the way you start a game. That's the way you set the tone.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Fairly short kick, taking it to 14 here. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. In search of redemption from the pick six. Gone. Looking to start for Woods, and it's intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And a terrific return as he brings this one all the way back to the 30. Trying to get it to Woods. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And now the Rams are going to halt things as they want a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. After the interception, here's Trubisky. Middle of the field, it's Robinson. Touchdown, Chicago! Allen Robinson, 30 yards, as the Bears push further out in front. Early on, they have all facets of the game working in tandem.
Yeah, you get the defensive touchdown early to give you the first score, and then your offense piggybacks on top of that and gets their own. And any coach we've ever talked to, and we've had that conversation with them prior to the game, they always say, you know, if we can score on defense or special teams, that gives us like a 95% chance of winning the game. I don't know if that number's correct, but it certainly does tend to play out that way, doesn't it?
It does. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Goff turns and gives to Gurley. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. That makes them now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on 3rd down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. They're going to go for it. It's gone. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. That's sacked by Khalil Mack.
I don't know why you would do that. It's almost guaranteed points the other way. I mean, I get it if it's a late-game situation, maybe even 4th and inches. But, boy, that's a huge risk to take.
Yeah, now they're set up in prime position going the other way.
Mike. I'm going to run you over. I'm going to run you over.
First carry now for David Montgomery. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Dante Fowler in on the stop. On 2nd and 9, Trubisky to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. This defense porous so far in this first quarter. They face another 1st and goal. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be 2nd and goal.
At the 6-yard line.
Mike is 59. Mike to 59. Watch the run. Watch the run.
Here's Trubisky to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
When you get your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
That's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play.
Let's pick it up. It's out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's get off the field.
On 3rd and goal, Trubisky. This is caught. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1. They'll try and throw for it with Trubisky. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Taylor Gabriel there to make the grab as the Bears push further out in front. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 21-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
On first down, it's Gurley. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. 21-0 our score after 1. The Rams with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 2nd and 4 coming up.
Hey, tighten down. There you go.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Goff. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Goff now looks to throw. They'll find Everett there, complete. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. They failed once in this spot earlier, but the offense will stay out to go for it on 4th down. They got a man. It's Woods. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. So not only do they convert on 4th, but they pick up 22 yards in the process.
Well, they picked up the first down, but I'm just going to say I didn't like it before the ball was snapped, and I don't like it now that they picked it up. Think about field position on their own side of the 50. They don't get it. They put their defense in a bad spot. And it's just not a decision that pays off very often.
Well, it wasn't 4th and a yard. There was some meat on that bone.
There really was. Fortunate to get it in that situation, but not a call I would make very often.
From the 25 on 2nd down, Goff. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Khalil Mack, his 2nd sack of the night.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense, and for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. Looking for Woods that time. All right, we got a second here. Let's have some fun. Let's be cheesy, because why not? So we have the 71st Emmys on Sunday.
just straight cheese.
71st Emmys on Sunday. So let's hand out a few awards.
Okay.
Let's start with Best Supporting Actor right now in the NFL. Who are you going with?
I'm going with the Mustache Man, Gardner Minshew in Jacksonville, because despite the fact that they're 1-2, got their first win last Thursday against Tennessee, he stepped in week 1 and set a record for rookie quarterbacks. What was he, 22 of 25 throwing in that game? 88% right out of the gate, and has continued good play since then. And let's face it, the Mustache Mania is sweeping Duval County as well as the rest of the state of Florida.
Best actor in a lead role, I'm assuming you're going Mahomes.
You have to, because we kept saying he couldn't possibly do what he did last year. He's on a pace to eclipse what he did last year in every category. And by the way, hasn't thrown an interception yet, and his team's undefeated at 3-0.
All right, one more. Best director, head coach. Who you got?
I'm going to go each conference. AFC, Sean McDermott, Buffalo Bills, off to a 3-0 start. I'm not sure how many people saw that one coming. And then in the NFC, finally fulfilling their promise here in the early going, the San Francisco 49ers and Kyle Shanahan. Also undefeated, getting ready to take on the Los Angeles Rams for supremacy in the NFC West in the upcoming weeks.
At their own 27-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Danny Trevathan. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
Now this throw caught left side, and he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety.
Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Akeem Talib. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. Okay, I got a quick tangent for us here, Charles. Let's look at the teams that have not yet won in the NFL, the 0-3 teams, the Jets, Dolphins, Bengals, Steelers, and Broncos. Who do you think is the first to get off the schneid?
Well, when you look at it, who has the open week? Who's safe? The Jets?
The Jets, yeah, they don't play anybody, so they're not going to win this week.
I think the Bengals and Steelers, they play each other.
Yep.
So I think the Steelers beat the Bengals and get off the schneid. They're the team that I'm looking at closest and having the best opportunity to get it done.
How about Denver hosting Jacksonville? A possibility there for the Broncos, right?
Definitely a possibility, but I like the way that Jacksonville comes into this game. A big win on Thursday night at home against Tennessee and riding their hot rookie quarterback Gardner Minshew, and their defense looked ferocious again.
Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action.
Here we go. 76. 76.
On 1st and 10, Goff. Escaping the pressure right. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Leonard Floyd, the old Georgia Bulldog, finding his way into the backfield. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Gone. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 48, and his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. With that incompletion, we step league-wide for a second. I want to discuss Saquon Barkley's injury. Obviously, that hurts the Giants, who are having a quarterback change. And, look, Daniel Jones looked good, but they're going to need Saquon Barkley in that backfield.
In a big way. Not just as a runner, obviously, but his ability to catch the ball in the backfield, make plays in open space. 4 to 8 weeks with a high ankle sprain. Horrible news, not just for the Giants, but how about fantasy football teams? All right, if you got Saquon Barkley, many of you selected him at number 1 in your draft. Now he's going to be out for a decent portion of the season.
You better hit your waiver wire and get Wayne Gallman quickly. Now Trubisky, and the Rams got him. They bring him down. Credit that sack to Dante Fowler Jr. To try again after the sack. Trubisky, he's got Burton here. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd. 3rd and 2. Now Trubisky. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. Here's Trubisky. Open man there is Patterson, complete. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. Trubisky now just 8 of 16 thus far, 50%, but it's 1st and 10.
Hey, Wood.
Again, it's Trubisky. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. He was trying to hit Taylor Gabriel that time, but it'll be 2nd down. I don't think this will even, nope, it doesn't even get there. Well short. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They had a big first half. Now they have a chance to add to that lead here in the opening possession of the second half.
And everyone always asks about halftime adjustments.
Pressure comes, and Trubisky goes down. Samson Abukum, credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. Another try after the first down sack. Trubisky, and that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now it's Trubisky looking deep for Gabriel, and unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. This offense 2 for 2 converting on these thus far, so why not try again here on 4th down? They'll go for it. Now Trubisky to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this is going to be incomplete. Well, Charles, I guess the only thing I can think there is they've got a 3-score lead, and they're saying, we're not going to lose this, so let's have some fun. I don't know why you go for it.
I think that's as good an explanation as any, and we all know that certain coaches are more aggressive than others. That call to me, the fantasy people loved it, right? Anybody who's going to touch the ball, gain yards, maybe put more points on the board, they're happy that they kept it and did that. So, very interesting deal there, but I'm with you on that one. Maybe he just says, what the heck, we can't lose. Let's go ahead and keep trying to win or add to our lead.
And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down. So a decent deficit at this stage in the second half. And he takes it across for a Rams touchdown. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Rams are able to draw a bit closer. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave him great field position, and down he goes on the pressure from the Rams defense. Dante Fowler able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. And now the Rams are going to halt things as they want a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Trubisky will throw. He won't get in, but they are going to have the football in a great spot. First and goal at the 3-yard line. And that pick just sets him up beautifully right down near the goal line.
I remember being in a defensive meeting back when I was in college, and our defensive coordinator says, we're going to call this beat.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Todd Gurley, his second touchdown of the night, as his guys are back within a single score. Zerline good with a PAT. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. This one taken from the 7. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They've seen their 21-0 advantage cut to just 7, so time to go back to work here, 1st and 10. Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete. Charles, with that incompletion, I want to step back for a second, just talk about the quarterbacks this year. It's an interesting stat that you and I were looking at before the game. 40 quarterbacks have been used in the first 3 weeks of the NFL season, most in the Super Bowl era. Some injuries and then just some changes at QB.
Yeah, and 20 of the starting quarterbacks this past Sunday under the age of 27. But what I like about what I'm seeing, despite the injuries, retirements, guys are being unable to play, I'm seeing these youngsters and backups come in and play well in a lot of cases. Gardner Minshew in Jacksonville has taken charge there. They got their first win. Kyle Allen, 4 touchdown passes for Carolina in relief of Cam Newton. They got their first win. Going into week 3, the collective quarterback rating for the season, 94.0, which was the highest at that stage of the season in a long time in the NFL. So maybe the quarterbacking straits that we talk about all the time aren't as dire as we've made them out to be.
On first down, Trubisky. That's complete to the Memphis man, Anthony Miller. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Now Trubisky on first down. And oh, look at that, a diving catch. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
Yeah, going deep in the playbook and a great grab on the other end. Throwing here, Trubisky, and he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. 3 touchdown passes now for Mitchell Trubisky as the Bears push further out in front. A good, sustained drive there in this 3rd quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
That's fielded in the end zone. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Now it's gone. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, L.A. Robert Woods, 75 yards, as his guys are back within a single score. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense.
And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Dante Fowler. And he will bring it back. It's an interception return for a Rams touchdown. Now Zerline on and the extra point. He's got it. This thing's turning a bit wild here. We're tied at 28. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they just had that pick 6. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle. You know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
I think what we just saw their partner was linebacking speed that can trump O-line power. We see that at times because he filled the gap before the offensive lineman could get to the next level and take him on.
Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. They'll throw on first down with Trubisky. To Gabriel, middle of the field. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. Now it's Trubisky, eluding the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. 4th down. Here's Trubisky. And that is incomplete. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And the Rams are going to take possession of the turnover on downs. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time, the formula was pretty simple. 1-play drive, long pass. Maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up, whether it's on your grease board, right in your...
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Khalil Mack bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Give him 4 yards there, but still in a big hole. 3rd and long.
And it's 3rd down.
Tonight, 180. Hey, 76. 76. 76. Hey, lift.
Out of the gun. Gone. Room to run past midfield. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or 2 short, and it's 4th down. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. Tie game, fourth quarter, and they're going for this thing on fourth down. They're running with Gurley. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on fourth. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. Gurley again here on first down. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Now Goff will hand this one to Gurley. And he'll be taken down at the 34. The second down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
The Rams on third down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Now Goff. Right side complete. That's Woods. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Goff to Woods as the Rams move the chains.
180. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Yet another carry here tonight for Gurley. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
On 1st and goal, Gurley. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their 2nd, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. Now on 2nd down, this is Gurley. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. They'll try and push it in with Gurley. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. Such a long drive here. 3 points. That would be a disappointment, but I don't know if you can go for it here, can you?
Well, you know, the defense was really giving them a lot all the way downfield, and now they've stiffened. Forget that bend, don't break. Now they don't even want to let them get a yard, do they? So in this spot, you remember what the coaches told us before the ball game? Any drive that ends with a kick is going to be okay with us, whether it's a punt, a field goal, or an extra point. Take the field goal right here.
This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Here's Trubisky to throw. Connecting with Burton here over the middle. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. A gain of 13. It's a first down. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 41. They'll look to throw. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Eric Weddle. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. A costly mistake here in OT.
And you know what they say, when you throw an interception like that in overtime, you don't usually get a chance to throw a second one. I mean, I'm not sure the analytics on it. Let's ask Marvin, our statistician, to ring that down for us. That's typically how coaches and teams feel about it. You throw one, you likely cost yourself the game.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Cooper Kupp was his intended target, but it's going to be second down. So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down.
Switch.
Here comes a 20th carry for Gurley. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Hey, box truck. Well, you won.
Throwing on third. Goff. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Woods. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
They stopped him in his tracks. On fourth down, Goff. They got a man. It's Woods. A gigantic call there in overtime, but it pays off with a first down. Goff now just 8 of 16 thus far, 50%, but it's 1st and 10. They run out of the shotgun with Gurley. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. And I know you with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settle it because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. Well, a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And it keeps 6 points off the board. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Here's Gurley now out of the gun. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down.
We've seen this offense go for it on 4th down already on this drive. I wonder if they'll go for it again.
I certainly wouldn't rule it out with these guys. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. Well, we thought this game would be a good one. It did not disappoint into overtime, and it took the field goal to win it.
And we always pay lip service to how important it is to play defense. And usually we focus on the big offensive pyrotechnics, right? But in this case, they got the ball back on defense, gave themselves a chance, and they capitalized on it with a victory.
And I don't care what distance that field goes from in overtime. The knees are always knocking, but he pushed it through.
Not only that, think about your snapper, your holder. A lot of nerves for them, too, because they have to do their job in order to give him one last chance to put a foot to it.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at EA.